Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video. So today, actually when I'm filming this it's tomorrow, but when I'm posting this it's today, is October 1st, which is my birthday, and I am 20 now. And it's really weird to think that I'm 20 now. It's such a big number in my head. Reflecting back on everything that I've lived, it's shocking and kind of weird to think that everything that I have lived is my life and makes me who I am now. I've learned so much over the years and I've gone through so much also. I've met so many people and I've got to know so many different people, and I've lost contact with a bunch of people too, and it's so weird to think that every single person that passes through our life is a step and an important factor in our life, and every little thing that we learn makes us who we are. I made a list of 20 things that I learned during the 20 years of my life, and I wanted to share them with you guys now. I think these are the 20 most important things that I've learned throughout my life, and I wanted to share them with you guys because it took me a really long time to learn these things, and some of them I'm still learning how to do, and I think if I share these with you guys, it might be easier for you guys, or you might realize that you're in the process of learning this, or you may need to, or you have already, and just be grateful that you've learned this. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm just gonna get started with my list. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is that you have gone through worse in your life, and you can get through what you're going through right now. I have had a few rough patches in my life before. By no means is my life miserable or anything. I do have a very blessed life, and I'm very grateful for that. But I have gone through hard times, and it's really nice to think back when I'm going through something a little hard, a little annoying, or something that I think will never end. It's nice to remember times that I've felt this way before and reflect on how I'm feeling now based on these situations that I felt before in the past. It's nice to see now these obstacles that I thought were so big be a stepping stone, and that they're done, and that I got through them, and that whatever I'm going through right now will someday be like these things that I've already passed. The second thing is kind of a cliche topic, but I kind of have my own twist on it, and that is to love yourself. You can't love yourself too much because it could be selfish and you could put people off, and it could be an overall negative thing, even though it can be seen as a good thing where you love yourself and you are accepting of yourself. I kind of want to motivate you to find a balance between those two, so not to be too selfish and too self-centered and think only of yourself and only love yourself, and also not to think of yourself as someone who does not deserve loving or who does not deserve any good things, to put yourself down and view yourself as someone horrible. Many people say to love yourself before you love someone else, and I completely disagree with that, because I have learned to love myself by loving other people. It's easier to love someone else because you see them in a different way than they see themselves, and you are able to look at them and see their perfections or see their imperfections as something good. And when you look at yourself, you can't see your imperfections as something positive or as something pretty. And I have learned to love myself by loving others because I see maybe some imperfections that I have in these people that I love about them, if that makes sense. So I have learned to accept myself, accept my body, and accept who I am with not only my body, but also my personality and my beliefs and the way that I put myself out there. I've learned to love who I am and how I am by loving other people. The third thing that I want to say is not to live for other people. And even though as a Christian, I believe that we should serve others, and we are put on earth to serve God and also to be there for other people and to love other people. I believe that we should not live for others in the sense that you feel like everyone is judging you. I think that it's important to know who you are and how you are and just live and be yourself, which it kind of goes with the second topic, but it is a different way of, it's not loving yourself, it's being yourself and doing things without thinking that people are going to judge you or that people are looking at you. And if you fall and you think, oh my gosh, people are going to remember this and they're going to make fun of me, just embrace it and make fun of yourself. Sometimes it's important to make fun of yourself, to laugh at your errors and get through them. So don't live your life thinking that people are constantly judging you or constantly trying to put you down, because that's not true. Number 4 is that no one is perfect. Sometimes we live in a way that we see celebrities or other people around us, our friends, our family, as superiors to us, or that they're perfect, they have no flaws, and they know how to do everything better than you, and that's not true. They may be better at certain things, but every person has their own flaws, and every person struggles with something. So by idolizing someone or something, it removes the possibility of imperfections. And that is such an unrealistic way to live your life. Comparing yourself to other people only brings yourself down. I have lived my life comparing myself to other people. I want to be as skinny as one person, or I want to be as tan as someone else. I want to be as smart as this person, or I want to be as talented as that person. And it only made myself feel worse, because I would always view people as perfect versions of them. I would try my best to insist that that person was perfect and that they couldn't have any flaws, and you don't have to compare yourself. You go at your own pace, and you don't have to look at other people in a way that puts yourself down. If you're going to compare yourself in a positive way. Look at that person's past, try to see how they got to where they are now, and see where you are in your life. Number 5 is just do it. I have learned to stop myself from complaining about things that I need to do, and it kind of goes to my first point that I've been through worse. When I have a super annoying thing to finish, I try to remember all of the other annoying things that I've had to finish in my life, like chemistry tests or math homework. I think about all of the homework that I've done in my past and note that one that I thought that I couldn't finish, that I could never do, and I go and I just finish it. I try not to stall, I try not to complain about what I have to do. I just go and get it done. It's so much better, it's so much easier, and it doesn't really help anything for you to complain. Complaining won't get you anywhere. So if you just go and do it and get it done, finish it, it will be over with and you won't have to deal with it anymore. And it's amazing and so freeing to be able to just do something and get it done and look at it finished and be proud of what you've done. Going on from that point where you have to do things and get it done is where the 6th thing that I've learned, that is to allow yourself to rest, to take breaks, and to pay attention to your stress levels and your sleep levels and how your body is reacting to the amount of work that you're doing. Between the 5th and 6th thing that I've learned, which is to just do it and also allow yourself rest, you need to find a certain kind of a balance between those two. So to be able to get things done, but also not to overwork yourself. You need to allow yourself to rest. Number 7 is one that took me a while to understand, and it is one of the most important ones that I've learned, and that is that my parents are right about a lot of things that they say. I had to go through a few situations to be able to understand that my parents know what they're talking about. They've been around for longer, and they've been through a lot more than I have. And they've been through situations like mine. They are there to help you. I have a very good relationship with my parents, and I'm very thankful for that. I couldn't imagine my life without my parents or without my brothers. I have an amazing relationship with my family, and I know that that is an incredible privilege. I am so thankful for that. And I have learned so much from not only my parents, but my brothers and my grandparents and my aunt and everything that has gone through in my life. I thank them for always being there with me, because it's hard to go through a lot of things of our life alone. And it's nice to know that people who have been around for longer, who have gone through things that you may go through, are there to help you and guide you and share their life experiences with you. Number 8 is one that my parents have always said, and I have always said through my life, and I thought that I knew its importance, but I've only actually learned how important it is recently, and that is conversation. Throughout my entire life, I've heard conversation is key, you need to talk it out, you need to talk to people to resolve your problems or to come to an agreement, work out anything. And I always said, yeah, sure, I'll just talk it out and it'll be fine, because conversation is key. And I never had to practice that until I started dating. Yes, I've had many problems with my friends and with a lot of things, but I've officially, sorry about the car alarm in the background, but I have officially learned that conversation is as important as I used to say it is, because of my relationship with my boyfriend and also with my friends. It is so impressive to me that just having a conversation about what's troubling you, or something that was misunderstood in another conversation or in someone's actions, it's so important and so impressive how much a conversation can change things, and how it can make you feel better and relieve what's on your mind, and make you feel more trusting and more relaxed with anyone. Going off of the conversation is key is my 9th thing that I've learned, which is that some things will never go back to how they were, and that is okay, and that I need to learn how to live with that. Just recently, I have been put in situations where I need to understand that things are different, and that I'm not a kid anymore, and as hard as that may seem, things will not go back to how they were, and I need to learn to adapt myself to a new way of living and a new way of accepting things. Number 10 is that you need to enjoy being alone, and you need to understand that being alone is not lonely. Being by yourself is a time for you to relax and for you to recharge yourself. At least me, as an introvert, it's important for me to have my time alone to listen to music, or to just be alone with my thoughts and to organize my thoughts, to be able to interact with someone again. Number 11 is that feelings are always valid. You need to allow yourself to feel things sometimes, and when you put off your feelings because of someone else or because of a certain situation, that will affect you, and I don't think that you should ever do that. So if something happens in your life and you feel frustrated about it, try to understand what you're feeling, try to talk to people, conversation is key. Try to get that out of your system, maybe write it, or try to talk to someone who is close to you, try to understand what is going on, because if something is bothering you, you have the right to get that out of your system and to feel what you need to feel. sadness is a feeling and it must be felt sometimes. If you are suffering with something, like something is hard for you, or you feel especially down because of something, don't try to look at other people's situations that are worse than yours and say, someone has felt worse than me, so I can't feel this way. I find that completely horrible. Every person has their own reality and you have to see what you're going through. But if you had a rough day and people come up to you and say, well, at least you have a home to go to. Yeah, I know, I'm thankful for my home that I have, but yes, I had a horrible day, and that's important for you to feel sad because of that day. And you shouldn't have to hold back your feelings because someone else has it worse. Obviously, it is important to see your situation and to put yourself into someone else's shoes and understand what they're going through, but it is important for you to understand what you're going through too. Number 12 is that everyone is different from everyone else, and you need to be different. I'm not saying that in a way that, oh, be different, you have to be the one that stands up. That's not what I mean. I mean that everyone is different, everyone processes things different, everyone thinks differently, they have different opinions, they have different beliefs, they have different ways of life, they have different contexts and different pasts and histories and influences on who they are. Every person is different from every other person. And it is so important for you to realize that and for you to understand the situation of someone else. Going on from that, going to my 13th thing, which is that you can't make everyone happy. You can do whatever you want. You can change your hair color, you can wear glasses, you can not wear glasses, you can wear a certain thing, you can not wear a certain thing, you can stop saying a certain thing or doing a certain thing, and someone will always be unhappy with what you are doing or who you are or how you are. And it's important to try to realize who are the most important people in your life and who you want to please, because you cannot please everyone. Me, personally, I like to keep people around me happy. I do like to have people around me be content with who I am and who they are. So it's important to realize who are the most important people in your life and who are the people that you want to please the most, and who are the people that you want to show that they are a priority in your life and that you care about their opinion. Me personally, it is my family, my boyfriend, and my closest friends. I want to be there for them, and I want them to accept who I am and how I am. Number 14 is that took me a long time to realize, and I've only actually learned it now that I'm in college, and that is learning is important. I never enjoyed school. I was always a horrible student. I never studied, and I was well mannered in class, and I was nice to my teachers and to everyone around me. But I never really wanted to learn like math, for example. It's the best example I've got. I hate math. I've never enjoyed math. I've never had any desire to learn math or to go after it and to understand it or why we need it or anything. And I've learned now that I'm in college, having unnecessary classes that I don't like, that even though I don't like this subject, it's important for me to learn. And even if I'm not going to use it for the rest of my life, I need to get through it and I need to learn it. And even if, let's say, in a math class, I don't learn math, I will learn how to be patient with other people or how to work in a group and how to understand the fact that it's important for me to get through this phase in my life. My brother actually said that to me when I would complain about high school. He said to me that it's important to get through this phase. Number 15 is one that I love. I've been doing this so much recently, which is to notice the little things in life and to love them and be inspired by them. I have been doing this for a while. I've actually started to take pictures of little things that make me happy during the day and compile them all into one and post them as a picture on Instagram, which, shout out to my Instagram if you want to follow me. I put it in the description so you can do that. I love trying to see things differently. So in my room, I go there every day. Every day I look at the same things, and I like to look at things differently. So try to notice maybe the color of the ceiling or the texture on the wall, or maybe just tiny little things. Try to see the world differently and try to notice little things. And it's amazing, and it inspires me so much. Just see the world in a different way. Number 16 is write. Write as much as you can. I'm not a writer. I don't write books, and I don't write anything that actually makes sense, but I write so much in my journals, which I also post on my Instagram. If you want to see them, you can see that in the link in the description. I write so much nonsense, and I write so much just things that make no sense. Just anything that comes to my mind, I write it down. And I have been keeping a bullet journal, which I like to keep more as a diary. So I write about important things that happened in the day, and it's helped me remember so much, and it's helped me create, and it's helped me release stress. So whenever I'm thinking about something so much, I write it down. I try to get it out of my system, and I try to make it pretty. So I write with fancy hand lettering. I put stickers around it, or I put it in my journal, and I try to make it look nice. So something that was stressing me out is now pretty, and it's creative, and I will remember that, and I will remember it in a way that is pretty. 17, I want to say that you need to learn to be proud of who you are and to be proud of what you have done. This is a constant struggle with me. I can't really say that I've learned it, but I've learned that it is important to do this. I have a very hard time accepting myself and accepting who I am and what I do. I see myself as a person that doodles sometimes or that writes nonsense, and I can't be proud of what I've done because I don't see any purpose in it. But lately, I have been trying to teach myself to learn and accept that things that I do don't need to be perfect and don't need to have a significance or change the world, but they need to be done and they need to be loved by me because I put my work into it. I made something, and I am someone, and that deserves to be noticed and deserves to be loved by me. Number 18 is one that is probably one of the most important of this list, which is to be kind to everyone around you. It's nice to think that everyone around you has those days where you don't want to talk to anyone, your day is horrible, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and you're just feeling so bad. And when one person is nice to you, it changes your entire day and the entire way that you see your day and your life and how that person is acting and how you are acting. So you don't know what the person is going through. So when someone is mean to you or when they just seem irritated, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what made them feel that way. So just try to be kind because it will make them feel better and it will make you feel better. Number 19 is one that I also struggle with, which is to create always. Like I said with number 17, that you need to learn what you do, love what you do, learn to love what you do. You need to make things. You need to get what is in you and put it on paper or get it out of you. Maybe write a song, maybe draw, maybe express yourself somehow. No idea. You do it. You just get it out of you. Be creative. Don't let your creativity die. And yes, creative blocks come, and sometimes there are days where you don't want to draw or you don't want to write or you don't want to talk. I don't know. But don't let that one day that you go without creating make an entire month without creating or an entire year. Try to push yourself, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not pretty, just try to always create something. Okay, last point. It's so long, the light is completely differently. I'm so sorry about the horrible lighting in this video, but the last thing, the 20th thing that I've learned is to prioritize your relationships. And this is one of the most important, as well as why I left it as the last one. I have just recently learned, and I'm still learning, how important it is to prioritize your relationships. Now that I am dating, it is hard to think of my boyfriend as a priority, and that I need to show him that he is a priority in my life. So I have a few friends that are really close to me, and I love talking with them, but I need to show them and my boyfriend who is my priority in life. And it is so nice to have a relationship where we trust each other and where we can talk and that we can just be ourselves with each other. And it's so important to prioritize and to show them that you care about them and that you are there for them. And even in your friends, I'm not only talking about relationships, like romantic relationships. With my friends, it's important to show them that I am there for them, and I need to prioritize their relationship over my own with myself or my own with strangers, or I don't know, things that get in the way. But showing people that you are there for them and showing them that you find them important, that they are important to you, and that you care about your future with that person, whether it be romantically or not. I am always there for the people who are in my life, and I have learned that I need to show that as much as I can. And I love it when people show me that I am a priority in their life. Even with something little, it shows that I am an important part of their life and that they enjoy having me there, and I like to make people feel that way too. Yeah, I think that's it. So that is the long list of 20 things that I've learned during the 20 years of my life. Yeah. I'm gonna go for now because, yeah, it's getting dark and my video is done, so yeah. I will see you guys later, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching.